Hello, my name is Rory Houlihan. I ran for U.S. Senate last spring 2016 to stop the ticking time bomb so I could put our county track for a bright new day instead of all things ending. Now running for KYH 73 in 2018, but I still need to tell. So let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Part 19, Gal Stop. Let me back away from Ayn Rand a bit and talk about a real today political principle. Government assistance lowers sympathy towards others principle. Gal stop. Now, I don't want you to believe me, but watch this Ag Day program from 28 minutes and 59 seconds to 31 minutes and 36 seconds into. Got the link posted right below. Now, I have always been amazed just how easy conservative cons have to turn our eyes evil towards others who are suffering misfortune, a bout of bad luck. A lot of life is a matter of luck. As we get older, we realize just how important good luck is and to count our blessings when we have good luck and to look at our blessings when we are in a bout of bad luck. I have often prayed, thank God for all things, both bad and good. For from good there comes some bad, and from bad there comes some good. So I thank God for all things, both bad and good. Lord, give me strength to stand, the patience to endure, the knowledge to understand, and the wisdom to see, so that I may stay the path and bring honor and glory to you. This I pray. Of course, we can, through our actions and our attitudes, control our luck to some degree, but luck can be still random. One of the odd effects of government safety net is the diminishing of sympathy and empathy towards folks, gal stop, who have had bad luck occur to them. The farmers in the West, the farmers in Texas, the folks who lost their jobs in 2008 and 9, the single moms across our country, the working poor, the veterans coming home with PTSD because government help. The person going through hard times often doesn't have the outward look and appearance of going through hard times. They still wear decent clothes. Our government safety net allows those going through hard times to be able to hide their fear on their faces when misfortune and pains occur to them from the rest of us. So often we don't realize how much pain there really is. The story of the elderly person, usually a woman, found froze in her home due to the heating being turned off. A lot of folks suffering quietly, literally to death. We, I and my wife, Terry, have lived out of a tent for like 5 months. We have been ruined by relatives and government. I should be the most anti government person in the world, but I found out the rest of the story. We have almost lost the roof over our heads and are still recovering to this day. When my wife had cancer removed from her, I was told from the doctor that she was lucky. In another month, she would have been dead. I've had to sit next to my wife in hospital while she was having a heart attack and still sit outside the waiting room while she was having heart surgery to have a ghost pale doctor, young fella, come out and tell me that it was a little iffy with a shaky voice, but she will recover. I had to wonder what I would do to raise two young boys by myself. From farming and brain research, I know that hiding pain from others is a normal reaction to catastrophe, bad luck. I see this action happening in my chickens all the time. A wounded chicken often hides their wounds so that other chickens don't take advantage of their weakness and peck after them to lower them in the pecking order. But that also keeps me from protecting them too. Over the years, I have seen this pain veiled in folks' eyes. Folks can be on their deathbed and still reply, ah, fine. My reply back is, are you being polite or telling me the truth? One of the things that normally occurs when bad luck occurs to one person is that it is good luck for another. The vulture effect often arises and sucks folks into hurting folks who are hurting even more during bad times. Why? Greed. The vulture effect also negates empathy and the con, and the parasite can suck good folk in. Honestly, I caught myself once, but fortunately I was awakened to the fact and set straight. As I have said earlier, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, and when it comes to folks, the reaction is often many times greater. I am sobered by from good there shall come some bad, from bad there shall come some good. Reality of life. I've got a link down below that explains that a little further. Another way con men can get us to go after those who are down in their luck is to play the jealousy card. The most likely folks to fall for the jealousy card is the near equivalents. Folks who are nearly equivalent to each other. During the early 1980s, voting patterns between young single women and their just a little older married counterparts started to diverge as more and more married women were entering into the workforce. Married women began to have less sympathy towards single moms. If I can work and take care of my children, so can you single moms. You started to hear how single moms were not working and staying home to take care of the children were deadbeat moms, welfare queens, and need to go out and get a job, just like I, who am married. I had to look at this situation, but never had to live taking care of a child by myself. Now, let me tell you this young women are society creators. Even with advances in medicine, most of the healthy children born are from young women. No one is no one more thing. What we do or how we treat young women will be amplified by their children that they have. One last thing. Remember the ELP games go? Always lower prices, always lower wages, always poor and poorer, always cheaper and cheaper, always worse and worse products, and always worse and worse environment. That ELP business either needs to create or chase poverty to create ever more and more profits. ELP businesses ultimately enslave to create more profit. That last bit, create more and more poverty to create more and more profit, to enslave to create more profit. If you needed to create more and more poverty to create more profit, who would you go after to do this? The society creators, young women. You would target young women. You would first take their rights away. Would you also take their education away from them too? How about their children? Government assistance lowers sympathy towards other. Principle. GALSTOP. GALSTOP is an appropriate acronym. What better way to stop gals? What group of groups use GALSTOP against young women? I am also horrified by just how easy conservative comms have it today to demonize, to take from big government programs, especially safety net programs. Farm aid today, extended unemployment in 2009 and 10, helping young women since the 1980s. Government assistance lowers sympathy towards others principle. Galstop con has been going on for a long time. The cons all know to use the Thessalonians, deeds of the devil, to create jealousy of others getting. I was ruined by relatives. I understand real well how folks can use and abuse a good thing and good programs and take advantage of our goodwill and ruin things for others. But I see young ladies behind the cash registers, wait on tables, educating our children, and taking care of the sick, in words, working real hard. I know I had to work hard with 3 jobs to support my family. And I know they can't do what I did to take care of their family. So I know they need our help and they need government assistance. One last principle you need to understand: no support, no vote, no representation. Now, being a candidate, I know that an election is a series of votes. Most folks that support me will tell me that they will vote for me. This is a great hurdle for me, but unfortunately, not the first hurdle of a campaign. The first hurdle of a campaign is the support hurdle. You know, this really great person, he or she would do such a great job. He or she is so very popular, and you assume that because they would do a great job and they are popular, you don't need to support them. They don't need your help. You know, I know many an election that was lost even before it got going because of little or no support coming from friends and relatives. In 2016, I ran a low cost statewide campaign. TV, radio stations, and newspaper treat campaigns with money differently than those without. Without support, campaigns starve and die. You want to get the wife, husband, or significant other really motivated? Understand, even if they are wealthy, you have to put them in your shoes. What could their money do for them if the candidate wasn't spending their money on protecting your rights? Repeat, your rights. Understand this. Conservative cons understand that no support, no vote, no representation rule of winning campaigns. That is just one of the many ways the cons can corrupt and take an election. The support hurdle is either money or in kind, legally speaking. In kind is volunteering your time to protect your rights. If you are wondering why you have nobody good to vote for, then the problem may not be with you, actually. Primaries are often the more crucial than general elections in most counties. Find that small independent candidate and check out his or her campaign and volunteer your time and your money to their campaign so that they can protect your rights. Democracy is not a spectator sport. If you like what you hear, would you do me a favor and subscribe to my Rory for Us YouTube.com channel? You have a good and blessed day, folks. Bye.